Hey, what's going on guys? In this video, let's get our future, which is one of our widget in our Flutter application. Now, before implementing future, the first thing is about what is future. Now, consider future just as an asynchronous widget, which is used to handle all the asynchronous data obtained from any other sources like any other databases or storage into your Flutter application. Instead of future, you can also use stream builder, but futures comes handy when the data is asynchronous, that is, we don't know at what time the data shall be occur into a Flutter application. So these are all about futures definition, that is one line definition. If you see, I have just a stateful widget of future demo which render the following screen, which have a scaffold having an app bar and a body. Now here in our body, we can simply give a child to our container as a future builder. Now this future builder will simply take 4 parameters, but the most important that are required parameters are builder as well as future. So here we can simply initialize a new feature, that is a future method at top of our build method. So here I can simply write future. So here I will write get data as a name of our method for our future. The future method shall be asynchronous, that is all the data occurring into our future method shall be out of our context, that is we don't know at what time the data will be occurring. So to handle such a event, we can simply write asynchronous, that is async quotation mark in front of our get data method, which is our future method. So here we can simply declare all of our instantiation of our get data method, which is the future. So in this example, let's fetch all the data from my Cloud Firestore database, which records all the Netflix movies and TV shows data. So let's fetch some of the animated movies and TV shows via future builder along with a future. So to initialize a Firestore database, you can simply write final as a Firestore, and you can simply instantiate the instance of a Firestore database. So here I will write firestore.instance. Now all the data occurring through our Cloud Firestore shall be in the form of query snapshots. So here I can write the object of query snapshot itself along with a variable for it, that is object variable of snapshot. Now here we can simply render all of our collections data via Firestore instance in the form of query snapshots. So here I will write firestore.collection. Now we have to simply give a part to our collection name. So here I will simply write animation, that is animated, that is the name of my collection. And from this animated collection, we can simply render all of our documents. I will give this entire statement an await quotation mark so that we won't get any platform exception error. Now after rendering all the snapshots, we can simply return all the documents occurring into our snapshot via snapshot.documents. Now after this, we can simply recur into our future builder, and here we can simply write future to be get data, and we can also render a builder to our future builder. So to do that, you simply have to provide a context to a builder as well as a snapshot, and after that you simply have to check whether your future builder has some data or not. So to check that, you can simply use if else statement. So here I will write if snapshot.collection state is equal to connection state.waiting, that is connection state.waiting. So here I will simply return a circle activity indicator, that is a circle progress indicator. Now if our Cloud Firestore is returning some data, we can simply fetch all of our data in the form of list view in our body, which is a container. So here I will simply write else if we have some data, we can simply return a list view dot builder. So our list view dot builder will simply take 2 parameters which are most important, which is item count and item builder. So in the place of item count, I can simply write snapshot dot data dot length. Now after fetching all the length of our data, we can simply come across item builder, and here we can simply return an empty space along with the index number, which will be integer to our future. Don't forget, we are studying future builder, not a list view builder. To get all the documents in our future builder, you simply have to construct your item builder. So to do that, we can simply return a card. Now this card will simply have a children of a list style. So here I can provide a child to our card as a list style. Now this list style will have some widgets. So here I can write a leading widget as a circle avatar, and under this circle avatar we can simply provide a background image to it. So here I will provide a background image as a network image to it, and under this network image we can simply fetch all of our Cloud Firestore data, which is shown here. So to do that, we can simply write snapshot.data, and under this data we can simply fetch the index number so that we won't get any complexity while handling the asynchronous events. And here I can simply write data, and under this data I can simply fetch image to the following leading widget of circle avatar. Now after this leading widget, we can simply provide a title to our entire list style. So here I will write title as a text, let's say snapshot.data. The same process will be recurring again and again, and here I can simply write name, and if I simply press Ctrl and S, Cool. So here we can see we are fetching some of our data out fast to database, which may not be visually UI. That is, the UI will be quite common, but we have learned all the functionality of Future. That is the usage of Future into our Flutter application. So to initialize all your Future, you simply have to give a child as a Future builder to a widget, that is your respective widget, and under your Future builder, it will simply take a Future as well as a builder. Now this Future will going to be an entire method. So our Future method will simply take a Future, the name of a method, and asynchronous quotation mark, so that all the data will be asynchronous. And after that you can simply write all of your code from where you are initializing data. Now Future are mostly used while handling Firebase things, that is initializing all the database things or storage as well as notifications, because all of them are going to be asynchronous, and to handle all your asynchronous events you can use Future. And after initializing your Future, you can simply give your Future to be the name of the method, that is a get data for this example, and you can provide a builder to it. Now this builder will simply take a context and a snapshot. Now this context is going to be according to your current context, that is the build context of your entire method, and this snapshot will simply a query snapshot, that is asynchronous snapshot, which is going to be a dynamic form. Now you can simply check all of your data if it is has some data or not. If the data is in connection state, you can simply return any of your favorite widget. Else you can simply return a list view as well as grid view according to your choice and according to the need of your Flutter application. And in this example we have fetched some movies, that is the name of the movies as well as the circle avatar as in the image of the movies. Now I hope you have learned something about this Future, because this was one of the messages to me on my Instagram about explaining what is Future. Now you can also send me all of your message if you have some privacy about asking doubts other than comment section. So this is my username of Instagram where you can connect me and ask your Future doubts. So this was all about today, and before that you should also check my Netflix series from where we have loaded all of our data, so you can master Flutter in a very good way and also build your own Netflix. So I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.